God's plan, Moses in the burning bush. Another amazing Bible story from Kids Bible Journey. In the heart of the magnificent Tongass National Forest, where towering trees whispered ancient secrets and the air was filled with the melodies of chirping birds, Sammy the curious rabbit and Leo the wise lion embarked on their daily exploration. The forest was their playground, a vast expanse of greenery that held endless wonders. As they meandered through a sun-dappled clearing, Sammy's nose twitched with excitement. "Leo," he began, his eyes gleaming with curiosity, "do you think God has a plan for us?" Leo chuckled, his deep voice resonating through the trees. "Absolutely, Sammy. God has a plan for everyone. Let me tell you a story about a man named Moses and a burning bush. Long ago in the land of Midian, a man named Moses tended to his father-in-law Jethro's sheep. The desert stretched endlessly, its golden sands shimmering under the scorching sun. Moses had once lived in Egypt, but circumstances had led him to this remote land. One day, as Moses led his flock near Mount Horeb, also known as the Mountain of God, he noticed something extraordinary. A bush was engulfed in flames, yet it wasn't consumed by the fire. Intrigued, Moses approached to investigate this marvel. As Moses drew closer, a voice called out from the bush, "Moses, Moses!" Startled, Moses replied, "Here I am." The voice continued, "Do not come any closer. Take off your sandals, for the place where you are standing is holy ground." Moses obeyed, removing his sandals and covering his face, for he was afraid to look at God. The voice identified itself, "I am the God of your father, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob." God spoke to Moses, revealing that he had seen the suffering of his people, the Israelites, in Egypt. He had heard their cries and was aware of their oppression. God declared his intention to rescue them and bring them to a land flowing with milk and honey. He then commanded Moses, "So now go. I am sending you to Pharaoh to bring my people, the Israelites, out of Egypt." Moses hesitated. "Who am I that I should go to Pharaoh and bring the Israelites out of Egypt?" God reassured him, "I will be with you, and this will be the sign to you that it is I who have sent you. When you have brought the people out of Egypt, you will worship God on this mountain." Moses expressed his concerns, fearing that the Israelites would question his authority. He asked, "Suppose I go to the Israelites and say to them, 'The God of your fathers has sent me to you,' and they ask me, 'What is his name?' Then what shall I tell them?" God responded, "I am who I am. This is what you are to say to the Israelites. I am has sent me to you." He further instructed Moses to gather the elders of Israel and convey God's message, assuring them that he would bring them out of Egypt. Despite God's assurances, Moses remained apprehensive. He worried about his speaking abilities, saying, "Pardon your servant, Lord. I have never been eloquent. I am slow of speech and tongue." God reminded him, "Who gave human beings their mouths? Now go. I will help you speak and will teach you what to say." Still, Moses pleaded, "Please send someone else." God became angry, but agreed to send Moses' brother, Aaron, to assist him. He would speak to the people on Moses' behalf. Empowered by God's promises and accompanied by Aaron, Moses returned to Egypt. They confronted Pharaoh, demanding the release of the Israelites. Pharaoh's heart was hardened and he refused. God unleashed a series of plagues upon Egypt, demonstrating his power. Eventually, Pharaoh relented, allowing the Israelites to leave. As the Israelites departed, they carried with them the hope of a new beginning. Moses led them through the wilderness, guided by a pillar of cloud by day and a pillar of fire by night. At the Red Sea, with Pharaoh's army in pursuit, God parted the waters, allowing the Israelites to cross on dry ground. When the Egyptians followed, the waters returned, engulfing them. Throughout their journey, the Israelites faced numerous challenges. They grumbled about food and water, yet God provided manna from heaven and water from a rock. Moses often reminded them to trust in God's plan, emphasizing that obedience and faith were key to their success. Back in the Tongass National Forest, Sammy's eyes were wide with wonder. Leo, that was an incredible story. Moses must have been so brave. Leo nodded. Indeed, Sammy. But remember, Moses had doubts and fears just like we do. Trusting God's plan doesn't mean we won't face challenges. It means we believe he will guide us through them. Sammy pondered this. So even when things seem tough, we should have faith that God has a purpose? Exactly, Leo affirmed. As it says in Jeremiah 29:11, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." Inspired, Sammy stood tall. I'm ready to trust God's plan, no matter what adventures come our way. Leo smiled. That's the spirit, Sammy. With faith and courage, we can face anything. Together, they continued their exploration, hearts filled with hope and the knowledge that God's plan was unfolding in their lives. The story of Moses in the burning bush teaches us that God has a plan for each of us. Even when we feel inadequate or afraid, he equips us for the tasks he sets before us. By trusting in his guidance, we can overcome obstacles and fulfill our purpose. Let us remember Proverbs 3:5-6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your path straight. May we all, like Moses, listen for God's call and step forward in faith. The end. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share our channel. Kids Bible Journey.